Welcome, boozers, one and all, and I am back for the 6th episode. Just me, myself, and I, and a couple of people in chat. So, what do we have live for you today? Well, I got a few things on tap here. I got a few things in bottles. I have a few things to discuss. So, what are we going to talk about today? Let's start drinking first. I think that'd be the best thing for this episode. Now, I did say I'd be having a wine. I didn't say what kind of wine it is. Why am I having wine? What would possibly make me want to buy a wine? Well, I'll give you some guesses. And let's go with, anyone want to guess? No? Anyone? Well, maybe I should spoil it because you guys are waiting a 30-second, there's a 30-second time delay here. So really, I can't really answer any questions because it's a 30-second thing going on here. You can guess. You can actually guess. And if you're right, congratulations. I have, out of Australia, I thought it was the U.S. and I was looking in the U.S. department. I actually went to the Solo liquor store here in Calgary. AC/DC Back in Black Shiraz. 2012. This is what made me buy wine. So it's wine of Australia. So if you've ever seen the beer from AC/DC, you know that it is fucking horrible. I'm not going to lie. It is absolutely horrible. But it's from a brewery, not from a winery. So here we go. When AC/DC, one of the world's greatest rock bands ever, released a range of wines, they rock. Not the beer. Not the beer. I'm putting that out there right now. Not the beer. This Shiraz bangs out a spice of dark berry, performing like a world tour, taking center stage. The band recommends enjoying Back in Black Shiraz with the music loud. Well, I'm live, so I really can't play music. I could, but you may not be able to hear me. That might be a good thing, isn't it? Anyways. And then it goes on to being French. What the hell? Well. What do we got? So we got red wine contains sulfates. Oh, crap. Sulfates? Most of these wines, from what I've seen, contain sulfates. And they have to put this warning on because apparently sulfates is bad. I don't know. I'm a fat bastard. What the hell do I know? So, yeah, cleared with egg products. Clarified with egg products? Oh, I think they meant combined with egg products. So you can have like eggs and wine, not cheese, eggs. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I am no expert, absolutely no expert on wine whatsoever. But it's AC/DC. Let's find out what it's like, shall we? I do know what a wine glass looks like, and I've got one here, a little dirty, but it's still here. It's a Walmart special wine glass. What do you want? I had another one, but some person drank out of it last time I did a review. I can't remember who that was. Oh, right, it's some guy from Brew Games. So, I know they swish it around like this so you can get a good smell. And it smells sour, grapey, vinaigrette-y, and it's red. It's a Shiraz. They recommend not to cool this, or they say can cool it depending on your preference. I like my wines cool, red, white, whatever. It's got alcohol in it. I'll still cool it down. So Well, Australia usually has some good wines. New Zealand's got some great wines. They've got the perfect altitude, weather. They've got the perfect stuff out there to actually make some good grapes for wines. I know that I did have a white that I really love, and it's Pegasus Bay. Really tough to find. It's about $45 a bottle, but it's really good. It's a sweet wine. I like sweet wines. This is coming from someone who doesn't drink wines. All right, well, here we go. Cheers, folks. It doesn't taste too bad. Apparently it was aged for a year before they put it into the bottles. Granted, 2012 has been aging for a little bit. It is a screw top. There is no cork inside. So, you know, at $21 a bottle, it's a good average wine. It doesn't have a harsh taste to it. I don't have a red wine glass, so sue me. I was going to use the one that, that I was going to use was the redneck wine glass down there. So, but like I said, I'm not a wine drinker. Yes, Walmart, I don't care if it's red, white, whatever. I could have used a nice little smaller glass that I used to use. I mean, come on. I drink beer, not wine. Whatever. So, for the person that I have offended, cheers. I'm still drinking this. And it's not bad. It's got a little bit of a bitter taste. It's decent. I don't know. I don't drink wine. I'm not a red wine drinker. Meh. It's wine. It's drinkable. It's at 13%, so it's about average for the wine. It's decent. So honestly, I'd probably buy it again. And yeah, okay, fine. If you really, really, really want to buy me wine glasses that are for red wine, by all means, but I don't have enough wine to have wine glasses. I usually cook with red wine. I don't cook with white. I drink the white, cook with the red. Every now and then I do cook with a white. I make a good cream sauce. It's amazingly good cream sauce. Sometimes I put a little bit too much wine in, and you can tell, but that's a different story. And it goes really good on pork wine. I want to thank one of my buddies for actually showing me that. He's actually did a great job of that. So, from there, I pretty much have a few things that I wouldn't mind discussing. Now, I know that a lot of people don't live in my area, don't live in Calgary. Some do, some don't. But I really want to say there's been some talk that Calgary isn't quite up to snuff with craft beers and wines and everything else like that. I would actually like to disagree. If you look around town, there's a lot more liquor stores popping up that have more expertise in pretty much extensive lists of wine, beer, craft beer, whatever else you have. There's a lot of new liquor stores out there that like to get learning about it because they want to get into it. I know that when we did an opening with the craft sellers, and yes, I am pimping them out a little bit, I know that it was interesting because they had all these people come in. They had some of the local guys, local breweries come in. They had a lot of people sampling different wines. Nice $40 bottle of wine. It was absolutely amazing. It was actually quite a great thing to actually go and see, just to see what it would be like and how it is you have an opening and what they thought of. They actually had a great selection of beer that they actually took advice from people. And I know that some people, I know that it was actually unique to see, but I personally think that it actually is growing quite nicely. Not as big as Vancouver. So Vancouver, being down there, you see a lot of pop-up breweries or brew pubs. You see a lot of breweries showing up. You see all these different beers popping up out of the place. Like I've seen beers come from Vancouver that I didn't even know a brewery existed until they showed up here. And you go and do a Google of breweries out there and brew pubs, and you've got a huge list. Like these guys are popping up all over the place. Here you are starting to get more and more. Last Best, for example, great guys, really know their stuff, and they actually, if you didn't watch my reviews, watch them. But I did a collaboration beer that they did with Big Rock, and I was talking with someone in regards to that, and he actually was talking to the brewer of Last Best. And in all honesty, they really knew what they were doing. They knew how to get their foot in the door. They were really brand new. However, they turned around and said, let's do a collaboration. Who are we going to do it with? Who else would you do it with? Well, Big Rock. Why not? Big Rock. How long have they been around here for? They're one of the older breweries around here that stuck around, actually got things going, and they're one of the bigger breweries that actually know how to market themselves. They've got different things out there, and I would love to say that they're a craft brewery, but honestly, I don't know if I can actually call them a craft brewery anymore. The reason being is because they do make their own beers. They do have specialty beers. But what a lot of people don't know is they do other beers like Co-op Gold. That is Big Rock stuff. They also do some other ones that they don't put their name on, but they brew them at the brewery, so they have a few things going on. It's getting better. So when Last Best did this collaboration with Big Rock, it was a smart idea. It really was. And these guys, I think that putting their name under or with Big Rock was a smart thing. I love Big Rock Brewery. Don't get me wrong. They are actually a wonderful brewery. The people around there are dedicated. They're absolutely wonderfully dedicated. 3-4 years ago, not so much. They're actually going a little bit downhill, but the brewmaster Paul, who came in, turned that place around, and they got new people in to turn that place around, and just everything started to go well, and it actually came into its own at the right time because you have this craft brewery stuff coming up, and they jumped in there. They don't have this regular stuff anymore, and they've got their Alchemist series, they've got their limited edition Brewmaster series, and they've actually combined everything, and they've got their whole series of yearlies, which is a great marketing thing to do. And I love what Brewmaster Paul does. He's an intelligent man. And I like that they give him freedom to do things. I can't wait to see what's next. I think there's something coming up with cherries that isn't the cherry bomber that they just recently did. They're kind of showing off their cherries. But they've got a few other things coming up. And with Last Best coming in and doing something with them, they actually now have put themselves on the map and made themselves a little bit bigger. Like, for example, Six Corners Brewery, I didn't even know these guys existed until I went to Craft Cellars. So there's a certain level around here that you really have to look out for. You have to actually keep your eyes open for these beers. Some are great, some are not. Village Brewery has been around for a bit. They're great. Wild Rose Brewery, hit and miss. They're great, but they're hit and miss. Like, some of their stuff is good, some of their stuff isn't. Six Corners had some of their stuff, and actually they've got some good tasting beers. If you ever find any of their stuff, try it. If they get big enough and start expanding outside of Alberta, try it. Along with, like, you have Brewsters, you have other things that just pop up. Like, there's a few that I don't even know about. And when I figure it out and find it, Dandy is another one. Those guys all of a sudden popped up out of nowhere, and they became big because of their labeling, because of what they did, because of how they marketed their name. Like Dandy in the Underworld, or Dandy in the Underworld, Underground. I'm sure I'm going to be corrected any second now. That actually was great to see, and I didn't even know they're from Calgary. I drank their stuff, loved it, and I'm like, where are these guys from? And find out they're from Calgary. I didn't know. It's good to see some of this stuff happen. It honestly is. Why? I don't know. But overall, it is actually quite good to see all this stuff pop up. Now with the liquor stores, they have to catch on. I was pissed. If you guys have me on Twitter, you would have seen, or my Facebook, you would have seen that I actually posted a picture. I was pissed off. And Co-op, you guys are great for your brewery stuff, but for God's sakes, do not abuse the local breweries. Really not cool. And Last Best actually saw my picture and they agreed. I saw this flat of beer from the Collaboration Brew on the floor. Price tag on top. That's it. Punk on the floor, put the price tag there, or the price guide on there, and walk away. That pissed me off. You don't treat local beers that way. You've got all these other beers that are up on your shelves that are from California, LA, well, California, you know what I mean, Oregon, all over the place, all over the world. And you have this one beer dropped right there, and it is just left there, nothing at all. Thanks, guys. That really shows that you don't really give a shit about the local market. And if I remember correctly, didn't Co-op start in Calgary? But that's just me ranting. That actually upset me. And yes, I threw it on Twitter, I threw it on Facebook, and I pretty much showed Co-op, and I said, hey, Co-op Liquor, what the hell is this all about? Tag Big Rock, tag Last Best, because that's not fair to them. These guys work really hard at trying to make sure everything's local, trying to get a name, and people treat it like dirt, like a nothing. That's just not cool to me. But that was my bitch, okay? That was just my complaint, and honestly, don't treat us like that. Don't treat the local company like that. They're not going to want to have their product in your stores anymore. And after all, Big Rock and Co-op are working together. That just doesn't look good either. Just saying, you may not want to piss off the guys that make Co-op gold. But that's just my thoughts. So back to the liquor stores, there's some great liquor stores out there. I've got quite a few that I go visit because they've got different things. And tonight I actually went out to a place that I live near, and it's one that they've got a small craft beer area because it's a wine market, and that's pretty much all they had. And they've got a great craft beer selection, and they make their own 12-pack. It's a surprise 12-pack that they put. Well, it's not exactly a surprise 12-pack. They tell you what's in it, but you have to guess what number. I guess I'm not sure. But they put it all together and they sell it individually like that, which is a great way. Excuse me, because Co-op, for example, has their 6-pack bag that gets up to price, and these guys have a 12-pack box, and they throw them all together, and you really have to go check them out. But it is Webb, and yeah, see, I forget the name, and I'm really sorry, but here's your shout out. Here's your shout out, because I've got a beer that I'm going to be having tonight that I got from there, and these guys are absolutely wonderful. I walked in there, and it's like, hey, PK, I'm like, oh shit, you actually do watch my show. Okay, I've got to be good here. Okay. So these guys actually, I've gone in a few times. I've talked to these guys, and he's really knowledgeable about his beer, and he's got some great stuff. I wanted to grab a few of them because they had a chocolate stout in there that I'd never heard of. It was so awesome. And they had a few other things. They actually said there's a hit and miss from Arrowhead. Yeah, I kind of understand that. I've actually had some of Arrowhead stuff, and it is hit and miss. Apparently, they've had some bottling issues with their stuff. But that's just what I've heard. I was going to look at buying it, and it was kind of maybe, no. But yeah, from there, it was, I got a couple of them, and I will be sharing one tonight. It is cooling down beside me. I have had this beer before, and I liked it. it got me into IPAs, and this is the one that actually got me into IPAs. And I'm going to revisit it tonight because they have a new series out. And once again, if you've been watching my stuff, you would know which one got me into the IPAs. It was actually a very special episode, and I won't say exactly what it was. I just, couldn't tell you what episode it was. But I'm sure you can guess. And J-Webb Wine Merchants is actually a really good place. They're in South Calgary. They've got a small market, but they've got a huge market for wines, small craft beer, but they still have some great stuff. I actually bought, and I can't remember which one. Oh, crap. It's a raspberry ale, and he let me try it, and I bought it. It tasted gorgeous. I'll do a review on it, actually. I think I'll probably throw the camera up and do a review on it, because this one deserves the recognition. This one deserves to have a full review, live, whatever. I won't do it live tonight because I've already chosen my beer. But if you ever find this, it's a... Wait a minute, I can tell you right now. Steamworks from Brosen. But it's a Steamworks beer, and it is gorgeous. If you find it, just go with it. And I'm going to answer your question. No, it's not Trooper, but I did do it with the same time as the Trooper beer. It was the opening act, if you remember, and if you've ever seen it. However, I would like to have more wine, but I think I'm kind of craving beer. It's not bad. I'll probably have more wine afterwards. It's getting a little bit more fruitier on the taste. However, our second beer tonight, or I guess our second piece of alcohol tonight, is from Ninkasi Brewing. Ninkasi, Maiden in the Shade. This is this year's edition of Maiden in the Shade. If you actually saw my other one, you would remember that we tried this one 2 years, a year and a half ago. So this Maiden in the Shade actually was, it was actually a little different. This is what got me into IPAs, because the one that we had a grapefruit smell. It actually had a grapefruit taste to it. So I don't know if it was actually off or the hops they used. It kind of threw me off, and I actually enjoyed it. Like I was like, oh, this is a grapefruit beer, not even knowing what an IPA was. That's how green I was at learning about this stuff. But yeah, so this is the new version, Made in the Shade. If you do a little research, they've changed the font. Now, I don't know if they actually got sued for it or not, or they got told that they had not allowed to use it, but they actually used the Iron Maiden font for it when they had Maiden in the Shade. So it was using that font, but now they've changed it up. The bottle's a little bit different. It's a special release. It did come out this year, and I saw that they brought it out this year, and I had to find it. And I actually just stumbled upon this at J-Webb. And they're like, oh, yeah, we got this stuff. I'm like, yeah. So, without further ado, let's open her up. Now, I did shake it, so I'm just trying to be careful here. And yes, I'm again not using the proper glassware. I don't give a fuck. I'm having fun with this. I'm actually going to take it to the boots and see what happens. And that doesn't look good. Okay. Well then. Very fizzy. Wine may be fine, and liquor may be quicker, but beer is where it's at. And we're bubbling pretty good here. So I may actually have to change the glassware on this. Shit. Because of the fact that there's something that is not working well for that. However, It doesn't smell grapefruity this time. It actually smells like there's fresh hops in there, which is quite different. I think that actually is a good start. Could I have had a skunky batch, my last one? Possibly. Or I could have had they could have had a different set of hops. Let's give this a shot and find out. Cheers. Well, it definitely does not taste like grapefruit this time. It definitely has a hoppy flavor. It's a bittery hop flavor. I don't know if it's because of the glass or not. I'm not sure. Son of a bitch. Give me a second. I'm going to change the glassware here. Talk amongst yourselves for just 2 seconds. All right. So we're going to give this an actual shot and a proper kind of glassware, I guess, and see how it is. Just because we can. I've only been doing this for 3 years. Come on, almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in February. That's how long I've been doing it. And yes, I know. Everyone has a preference on glassware. This is me not giving a fuck about glassware. As long as there's alcohol in my glass, that is what really matters. You can make it breathe. You can do whatever you want with it, you know. So that's looking a little bit better. Much better than that. So 30-second delay, and I'm just catching on how's the weather. It's sunny out. It's no longer storming, and there's no more rainbows and hail. So yes, cheers again. Not bad, actually. You do have a hoppy flavor. It's not a majorly hoppy flavor. It's not a grapefruit flavor, again. Coming in at 6.8%. It's actually a good medium. I figured that this would be something worthwhile. So honestly, I think that the last batch I had was a little old. So it was probably a little out of date, so it probably gave off that grapefruit flavor. I know for a fact that IPAs don't really last long. They actually have a small date, unless you're Stone Brewing and you actually have a best after or open after, which is really odd. And I'm jealous of someone here. So yes, glassware, temperature, and everything else makes everything taste good. I got it. I understand that. I mean, honestly, this is really tough to clean, and I shouldn't have used this one because there's obviously something in the bottom of the boot that's making it fizz up like that. And it slowed down a bit. It was really fizzy. So whatever was in there has been eaten away by the alcohol. But honestly, it's one of those things. You know, you can have some. I'm just looking at the comments here, so bear with me. I'm going to read some of this shit off. Glassware temperature make a difference. Some are better cold, some are better semi-warm, some are better straight out of the bottle, and some are better out of a boot. That was not better out of a boot. But I kind of like to know which ones are better out of a boot too, and what kind of boot. Are we talking leather, glass, or other? Maybe snakeskin? Rattlesnake skin. Yes, that would be good out of a boot, and that'd probably be the whiskey, the Cobra Scorpion whiskey. But honestly, it's true. There's a lot of things that actually would be better out. I can't drink this straight. You need to air it out just a little bit. And they actually, there's a lot of bottles nowadays that tell you what kind of glassware to use. The United States doesn't do it. Canada doesn't do it. If you look over in Europe, they tell you what you want to have in the way of glassware. They'll tell you that it has to be out of one of these glasses, which shouldn't be because it's a dollar special, dollar store special, or out of a snifter, or out of the actual pint glass. I would love to sit down and research all the beers that I do. Mostly at the same time, I grab a glass, take it downstairs, open it up, and drink it. I'm drinking it pretty much within minutes. So I don't give it a lot of time to breathe. I kind of do, I kind of don't. But, you know, if you're going to get drunk off of it, it all still has the same alcohol content in there. It will taste a little bit different. The temperature might vary. Stouts, you may want a little bit warmer. IPAs, a little bit colder. I just want to say that it is an art. It does become a art, and yes, I get that. However, I'm here to drink. I'm not here to color, paint, or other. I'm here to taste. And a lot of people don't have the same glassware, or don't have artistic glassware. You do have the people that are aficionados, and they do get snobby over that kind of shit. I, perchance, don't. People that watch may or may not. They might go, "Oh my God, why are you putting that in a white wine glass?" No offense. Just kidding. But still, I just like to say that this tastes good out of this glass. This had a different taste out of this glass. And you can tell the color is a little bit different. That's because of the glassware. And the boot's still fizzing pretty good here. Still tastes like hops. And yes, that does taste different. It's got, like, your IPA hoppiness is gone out of that one. Now I don't know if it's because the bottle wasn't shaken and stirred enough, because I'm sure there is sediment at the bottom of the bottle. But at the same point in time, yes, okay, I will agree the bottle does make a difference. Okay, not the bottle, the glass. But you live and you learn. I learned live. Yes. No. This makes it look like a fucking lager. Or Lucky, for that matter. And for the people that know Lucky, congratulations. So where are we going to go with this? Liquor stores. Liquor stores. We're back with liquor stores. I know a lot of people like to carry their stuff, and a lot of people like to downsize. I do have a couple of complaints. For the people know, I have a certain set of liquor stores I go to. I've got Willow Park Wine and Spirits, where Dave is amazing there. I've got Webb, which I stop in there every now and then, but they still have a constant rotation of stuff, even though it's small. Their stuff is great in there as well, and they're very knowledgeable. You go into Co-op, and you feel like you're in a big fucking department store that goes, okay, we're just going to buy all this shit, and we're going to be able to allocate this because we're a big store, and plop it on our shelves. You try and ask someone what the beer is like or anything else like that, they're like, well, it's beer. It's hoppy. No. For someone like myself, I like to know a little bit more about it. So I like the smaller stores, or the people that actually do their research. And it's nice to know that you can talk back and forth or banter back and forth about it and explain things. But that's kind of what being a reviewer is. You kind of learn, you go, and you talk with people to learn more. There you go. Yes, lagers, or Last Best Brewing, that beer there, that collaboration beer. I drank that out of my boat too. Back to what I was saying. I like to sit down and talk. And I live right next to Liquor Depot. Now, Liquor Depot is classed as one of those high hustle and bustle, get shit in, get shit out. We have a set way of doing things, kind of liquor store. The one that I live next to, there's a guy in there that is passionate, absolutely passionate about his craft beer. And I kind of feel bad for him. They recently went through some changes where staff has been moved and whatnot, and he's lost the ability to actually bring stuff in that I would actually enjoy. He's no longer allowed to order, which kind of sucks because I go in there and there's new shit on the shelves each and every week, every Thursday, without fail. Here's what I got new. Here's what I got new. Here's what I got coming up in the next couple of weeks. And that stuff rotates and flies off the shelves like there's no tomorrow. He doesn't have anything that stays on the shelf more than 6 months at a time because he knows his clientele. And now he's not allowed to order. It's someone else ordering for him. So he suggested stuff like, well, maybe, or oh, sure. But I looked at some of the stuff and went, well, this is kind of boring. What the hell is this? Well, it's a new brewery. Well, okay, well, I can see that. But what do you have? Well, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't touch the ordering now. I'm like, but you're the guy that actually gets me the stuff where I will turn around and spend the 20, 30, 40, even up to $50 in bottles off of you. Even though they're one of the higher priced places to go, I'd still go because it's close by. They know what I like and they know what to order just to keep my interest. It's one of those things that I just can't deal with because this guy's done a lot of work. He's done some hard research on this stuff. And I love sending him a Twitter going, hey, I found this beer. When can you get it in? I'll look for it and I'll let you know. Now I say, hey, I found this beer. When can you get it in? We're not carrying that. It kind of sucks because they're now going to their liquor depot format where they're going to be very professional about everything. I get that they have to do this because of stuff that's happened, but this guy needs his freedom. Holy crap, does he need his freedom? This guy is amazing. He actually has gone to BC. He's gone to Alberta. He went over to Europe to look at different beers and to know what it takes. He's got his stuff. He does his research. And it's sad to see people like him being held back. It really does suck. So my favorite store has now dropped down on the list of stores that I go to because it's going to get stale. They're going to lose a lot of customers, and they kind of lost me a little bit. I love to pimp them out, and I've pimped them out in my videos before. I got this here, I got this here, I got this here. This guy brought this shit in for me, and he didn't care. He sold a bunch, and there's a couple left over, but it's aging there, and it's no problem. But at the same point in time, now he can't. He does his growlers, he does his beers, but that's it. He just puts them out. He doesn't even get a chance to really give an opinion. And it's people like that we need. We need these people who are experts. They've got their wine experts there. Here, order these, get these in. Okay, I would like to order these beers in. Well, I'll see what I can do. They're really not selling so well. Yes, they are. I'm buying them. The people around me are buying them. I sit down and I'm like, we're talking back and forth. Oh, craft beers. What kind of craft beer should I buy? Well, look at this one. What do you like? This one's good. This one's good. Check this out. You're a beginner. Try this one. And we make suggestions and people actually come back and buy it. Now we can't do that. Now I can't sit there and go, what's new? Oh, well, you know. And they come in, well, what should we buy? I don't know. Half this stuff isn't really craft beer anymore. But they need that market. They really do. And that's, I just can't see it. Like, it's just, it sucks. It really does suck that seeing people like that go to waste. And I really hope that if things go well, I really like seeing that one of my other favorite stores because who he'd be under would be fucking amazing. He and this other guy, Dave the Beer Guy, would be an awesome team. Like he would teach him so much, and this guy would grow to be a perfectly great guy to talk to about beer at this location. So if Liquor Depot goes down, and yes, I'm calling you guys out, I'm sorry, but you're losing out on one of your best employees, and if you hold him back, he's not going to be there much longer. I can't see it, and I'm not going to be there as a clientele anymore. You guys are too expensive. I will go to Willow Park Wines and get a good discount where I don't get a discount with you guys, and say, I'm a favorite customer. Here we go. Here's all my money. Liquor Depot, you're done. These guys, I can see if this keeps going and they lose their clientele, I can see them closing within the next little bit. Mainly because there is 3 liquor stores in my neighborhood. 2 of them can do really well if Liquor Depot goes down. And there's another Liquor Depot just up this road from us too. So this one will probably hurt bad and probably close down. And it won't be anyone's fault except for the new people that are there. They really have to understand this is a select location. That's my bitch, okay? I'm sorry. I went on a rant. Oh, Black Tokyo Horizon, 16%. I see it. Yeah, that one, you guys talking about Black Tokyo Horizon there. Great stuff. I want that beer again, and if you guys find it, I want another one because it's sold out in Calgary. If you guys are up in Edmonton, get me more. Talking to you. You know who I'm talking to. I will spend money on that. Just gonna look over the comments here. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm looking at the wide glass. However, don't be lazy like me. Parallel 49 and 2 out of the bottle is the most gassy experience you will have. I dare you to do it. No, absolutely not. Sorry, Corey. I will not do an N2 out of the bottle. That one has to be out of a glass because of the carbonation, because of the nitrogen. Seriously, you don't do N2 out of the bottle. You can't do, it's not legal to do N2 out of the bottle unless you want to get high off the nitrogen. Then go for it. Honestly, the N2 series is a great series. The Milk Stout N2 from Parallel 49. We don't get the N2 in Calgary, so whenever I go to BC, I grab as much as I can if I find it. It's a great series, and I love it. I found the N2 series and actually had my first N2 actually at Parallel 49. And honestly, I love it. It's a great beer. And I had the Milk Stout. Was it the Milk Stout? Yeah, the Milk Stout N2. And just watching it bubble and just come together in that glass. And you think it's going to overflow, but it doesn't. It actually stays level while the carbonation and the bubbles go up like that. I've got a video on the on the Facebook page of me actually filming the N2 bubbling up. It's a great beer. And no, not drinking that out of the glass. I don't want to explode. I don't know how you do it, Corey. Really don't, but I'm impressed. Now, honestly, back to liquor stores here in Calgary. They're getting bigger and better. Co-op has just bought out a bunch of stuff just so they can sell it. They need some experts in there. Liquor Depot's losing people. Willow Park Wine and Spirits. We've talked about these guys so many times. And the reason why is because these guys know their shit. One guy knows their shit and he's teaching everybody else around him. And there's actually some other people that are coming in and teaching them too. Like the brewmasters, the people that come around selling their own beers, they actually talk to them and they actually experience what it's like to be just learning on and on and on. And Dave the Beer Guy is one of the best people you could really talk to in regards to beer. This guy actually has his shit going for him. It's quite amazing to see him do his stuff. It is something else just to see him work. He's very passionate about his job. He loves what he does. He's great at what he does. And it's just wonderful to see passion like that. I cannot say enough about this guy. If you ever go to Willow Park and Wines and he's working, ask for him. See, I've got this beer that I want to try, or I like this style. This guy will name off 5 different beers from what you described, and I can guarantee you that at least 3 to 4 of those beers you will enjoy because you actually talked to him and said, I like this style, what should I buy? He knows his shit. For me, he goes, hey, I've got this new stuff. Here, sell her this. Here, try this. Here, I have to try everything. Being a reviewer, he just tosses shit my way. Got it. Oh, dude, if you pick up 3 of them, I know they're not cheap. I will pay you on the spot for them because I want to sell her 1, drink 2, get hammered off both of them in one go. That not just like, yeah. If you find 3, I'll take them. Plain and simple. Go to Sherbrooke. Speaking of beer stores, but like this guy really knows his stuff, and I cannot say enough about him. I've worked with him. The guy is outstanding to work with. If you've never seen my reviews of the Christmas Advent calendar beer, the Christmas beer Advent calendar, it's oh, come on, you can drive it down. Back to what I was doing. I'm sorry, I'm watching the chat at the same time, so I'm going to be jumping back and forth. Please excuse me. So, no, he knows his stuff. Working with him, he's amazing. He's got these great stories. This guy has been around the world to check out all this stuff. He's one of those guys that actually is very passionate. And honestly, if you ever talk to him, just sit down and say, hey, what can you suggest? He'll keep you there for about 10, 15 minutes while other people are waiting because there's a long line of people who want to talk to him. But he's one of the better ones. Now, another hidden gem of a liquor store. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are the man. I'm getting my Tokyo Black. Yes. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Sundance Wine Market. These guys have a small little store, and I'm saying a small little store, but they've got it so well done that it's not bad. They're focusing on a lot of craft beers. Oh, gotcha. So they got a lot of craft beers, and they're actually working on their stuff, and they're learning about them at the same point in time. I learned about Maine Brewing from them because I saw this, and I was like, oh, there's no way that Maine Brewing would be able to come in here or anything else. They got them in before Willow Park and Wine. They got them in before them, and which was interesting because they actually got them in shortly afterwards. I think they ordered out the same order. But Maine Brewing was up there, and it was actually a really good one. I've bought a few things from those guys. The ground control I bought off them, and yes, it was actually kind of expensive. And yes, I did call them Sun Ridge, not Sundance. Oops. However, their tweet and their hashtag made me learn to remember to say dance. I've got quite a few stuff off them. I've actually got one cellaring, which I'm not going to share because it's actually going to be a surprise when I pop it open. But these guys are actually really, like, they do buy their stuff. They try them. They're still a little green about their stuff. Like, they're still pretty new, but they do try their stuff, and they do try to talk to you about it. And they like to learn about things too. So they're learning things as they're buying them, which is a good thing. Unlike some of the bigger places, co-op, that just buy them for the sake of making money. And I keep picking on co-op, but they fucking deserve it after what I saw. They actually do some good stuff, but honestly, they're my little hidden gem because if I can't find anything else, because There's some stuff I'm not able to find. I can pretty much guarantee that they've got a little bit of a jump on it. They sneak in there, grab it, and then they sell it to other people, which is kind of nice to see. Not a lot of people got the ground control, but they managed to grab a few. Maybe because I kind of asked them to keep an eye on it. But some of the other stuff, like the Flying Monkeys, that's where I get my Flying Monkeys limited editions from. I get them from them. They don't have any in recently because they haven't come out this way. But I am getting one shipped, and I'm doing my very first trade, which is going to be amazing, and I'll have to explain that a little bit after everything goes on. I guess it's not exactly my first trade. It's kind of more my second or third, because I've traded with friends before, but I've driven the stuff to them and traded with them. Isn't that right, Corey? But yeah, I found out the Flying Monkeys through them, and they actually had the Chocolate Manifesto. They had the Bare Naked Ladies, which I missed out on. They had the City in Color, which was the maple, Imperial Maple, and I tried that again. I opened it up. It wasn't that good. The maple, that didn't age so well. It got really just too sweet and bitter and just gross. Aside from that, though, but that's where I learned about the Flying Monkeys limited editions, and I actually got to try them, and they actually talked to me about it. They do bring in a great selection at Halloween, too, of pumpkin beers. That's coming. Prepare yourself, pumpkin beers is coming. But they do a great selection of that. And I talked to them about some of their stuff, saying, hey, this is good, this is good. Try this. But they've got some stock that does kind of get stale because not a lot of people know about their stuff. So if you're down in the south, down around the Sundance area, check these guys out if you want to find any craft beers. They do have some different selection there. Excuse me. They are a little bit cheaper than, let's say, Liquor Depot. They still do have a little bit of a price up there, but they're pretty good. Like it's something that you want to check out. Other hidden gems. Well, Craft Cellars up in the north, they just opened up. That's not exactly a hidden gem. That is a big store that's got some good stuff. They got some great growlers. They've got some good things going on, and it's good to see them actually come out and do something in the north. There wasn't a lot up in the north. There's some spots here and there, but there's small little places that actually have these craft beers, and they stay there and they get stale and ugly but they still try to sell them, which they really shouldn't have. There's just a few things a few places, like Craft Cellars is a great place. All these places that are popping up, they actually got some good stuff going on. I'm disappointed, and I'm going to say this, I'm disappointed in these guys that actually claim they're jumping on the craft beer selection, and half the stuff they have are 2 to 3 years old. The smaller markets that you have, the no-name markets, like I can find a West Haven 12 in the city still if they haven't got rid of it. And I know I said that beer wrong. The #1 beer in the world a while ago, and it's no longer allowed. Sorry, something just cracked behind me. I was really hoping that's not one of my lights. It's just, it can be aged, that's no problem, but where they have it, it's not going to age well. It's just not something I would actually think of buying. And they haven't dropped the price down. They have still got it at the $100 mark when I saw it 6 months ago, if they still have it. And it's those kind of stores that kind of scare me, because I like to buy the beers if I haven't seen them before, but some of these beers don't have a best before dates, and they just keep them on the shelf. You pick them up, you blow off the desk going, no. I would like to say Zin, but Zin is hit and miss here. I really like their selection. They've got a good selection. They got a vast selection. Like, they've got a huge shelf all over the place. And It's one of those things, and yes, I'm reading the comments right now. Please bear with me here. But it's one of those things that basically they've got a good selection, but they don't sell it. Like I've seen some of their stuff, and I've looked at the expiry dates and going, well, that's been expired for almost a year now, and it's still on the shelves. Sometimes they need, like these places really need to take care of their beers. And some of them age great, some of them don't. Some of them don't. Like McKellar, well, they have an expiry date for a reason because they actually do expire because of what they put into it. Like I'm so glad that one of my favorite breweries, Nogmi, has such a long date on half their stuff. The IPAs have a shorter date, but they actually bottle those imperial stouts and they actually do all those other ones, and they hold them and say you can drink this in 10 years. So they're aged really well if they're aged properly. If they're aged on the shelf where it's hot, not enough air conditioning, and the weather around here, you don't get a lot of air conditioning and it's actually still kind of warm, they're not going to age well. They're actually going to go bad. But some of these, it's like those stores like that don't care. That kind of upsets me a little bit, but that's not my problem. I just won't buy it, and other people will. But it also gives those beers a bad name because if they go bad, some people don't know because they're just getting into this craft beer revolution, that's what I like to call it. And they don't know if it's skunky or not. And that kind of sucks because some of these breweries out there, they get these bad names because of these liquor stores that really don't care. They just want to sell the stuff and they really don't care. Sherbrooke Liquor up in Edmonton, one of the biggest, and I have to say the best liquor stores in Alberta, has one of the biggest, and I am not shitting you here, biggest refrigeration units for craft beers. When they say they have over, 3,000 or I guess, 700 different types of craft beer, they're not kidding. They have 700 different types. And they sort them out, if I remember correctly, the way that they taste. So like fruit, IPAs, stouts, porters. And they sort them that way so you can have a quicker look at them. And they've got them from all over the world. And stuff that you normally cannot get down in Alberta, they find a way of getting it and shipping it. These guys are fucking marketing geniuses and they know their shit. These guys are actually really good, and I cannot wait for September because I'm going in there before I come back down to Calgary to buy a bunch. And my fiance doesn't know this yet. And she's gonna find out soon, I'm sure. But yeah, it's that place there. They have a care for the craft beers. You can tell. You go in there and say, what about this beer? Oh, I like this one. There's this one. There's this one. They know their shit. Like they really do. It's like they've drank all 700 of them and they know what to do. It's places like that I love. I absolutely love seeing. Just like J Webb, these guys know their shit too. Like they take the time to actually talk to the reps and try the beers themselves. They do get these beers. Like I have that raspberry one, and he's like, "Well, try this one." I'm like, "Okay, sure, I'll give it a shot." I gave it a shot, and oh my god, like I can't wait to do this review. This is one that's a worthy one to do a review. But like I love places like that. I don't know about you guys. Now I know when I traveled to Victoria, for example, they had a bunch of the local beers, and like the Naughty Hildegard. We get that in Calgary now too. Driftwood's coming here. It's already here actually, and they actually still are as fresh and they're still as good. Victoria kind of has got a great start on it too. They're a little behind the times. I've noticed this, for example, that because of the BC liquor laws, they can't order a lot from the States or anywhere else. They can only buy locally or support local beers, which is a good thing. It's not saying it's a bad thing. They can get some stuff within their area, like Seattle, Oregon, some in Alberta, some from Alberta, but you don't see a lot. Excuse me, that is some good beer. You don't see a lot from anywhere else, either because these guys are scared and they don't want to order it, or because of the laws. I really haven't kept up with the laws in BC. I would love to, but they're a little behind the times, but they still got a lot of local stuff. And they've got a lot of breweries that are local, and they've got some great stuff there. I love going there because you do see some stuff come across to Alberta, but they've got some stuff where it's just limited edition only to BC and BC liquor stores. And so I love picking up stuff like that. White sour that I had a few episodes ago. That one I have not seen here. You can only pick it up in BC. That's a sour. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. Did I? The Little Redemption one. That one I tried as well, and it was actually really good. Can't find it here. And it's the 3rd year anniversary. So from Parallel 49, I've had the 2nd and 3rd year anniversaries. Both of them have been really good. Parallel 49 is one of those guys that I really love. And I was actually talking with someone from BC who's a reviewer himself. And I showed him, he was talking about Big Rock Urban, which is in Vancouver. So Big Rock's got Calgary, and now they got Vancouver too. I'm trying to stop talking so I can drink. And basically, for those guys, Big Rock has now got Urban, and he did a tour of Big Rock Urban, and they had a tasting of one of their special beers. That actually sounded kind of good. And it was a peppercorn beer. Now, Big Rock here did a peppercorn beer, and it wasn't enough peppercorn because of the fact that they filtered it. So they didn't have it taste that good. Now, I guess he learned from their mistakes, because from what I heard, the peppercorn beer, I can't remember what else was in it. I'd have to look it up. It was actually really good. You actually have the spices of the peppercorn in there. So I would love to see Paul take that recipe, change it around, keep the peppercorns, and do it here. I want to see the cracked pepper come back with a little bit of extra stuff. But I was talking with him and talking about the breweries, and he said that what he saw, because I showed him my tour of Big Rock here in Calgary after the Urban one, and he said that it's like having the Big Rock Brewery as almost as big as Parallel 49. And I kind of agreed with him a little bit, but not fully. I haven't really replied to him yet either, so he may be watching this later on. But I kind of agree, because I've been to both places, and as much as I like to say that Parallel 49 is a big brewery, and it is, like, it takes up 2 buildings, like 2 big freaking warehouses. They've got a tasting room, then you go back and they've got this place where they brew all the beers. They've got a bunch of vats in there, but it's not as many vats as what Big Rock has. Big Rock has tons of vats in their brewery. But then you go across the street or across the alleyway into their warehouse. And their warehouse is huge. And that's where they've got their barrel aged going. That's where they've got all their stuff where they ship out to the States. Like, these guys have a lot of shipping stuff, and they brew a lot to get out to the States. It's 20 different states that they brew to. Last time I checked, it could be more now. Plus a lot of Canada too. So these guys have made a very big name for themselves in such a short span, because they're only 3 years old. But you look at their brewery, and it looks like they've got the experience of a 10 or 12-year-old brewery. Like, these guys just banged everything off quickly. And it was good to see. I also found out that, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, and we're talking to Kevin at Webb, that the head brewer for Last Best was the original head brewer for Parallel 49. And that's going to bring some good stuff to Last Best, if you ask me, because these guys fired some stuff off quickly, and they're going strong. These guys are doing a great job. Parallel 49 is doing a great job. I would love to see what Last Best brings up, because they've now got this guy, if I'm remembering correctly, so correct me if I'm wrong, that can probably bring Last Best up to the next level like that. These guys, watch for them. Really watch for them, because I want to see more of their stuff, and I actually want to see them start producing a lot more to bring into liquor stores and not just keeping it local. But yeah, they compared Parallel 49 to Big Rock, and I yes, no. For delivery stance, yes. They've got the brewing and they got a stance. For the size-wise, no, because Big Rock is huge. They got so many vets, and they've got so many things going on between co-op, between themselves, between a few other places, between collaborations. Excuse me again. And they've got their own different styles, but they're so good at what they're doing. And I like my Big Rock, but I really like what Parallel 49 did. And it's like seeing Parallel 49 and people like Flying Monkeys. These guys know their shit. But you've got Big Rock Urban now that is probably going to try to give Parallel 49 a run for their money, but I think they came in a little too late down in Vancouver. I think they're not going to do as good as Parallel 49 is doing, or as good as some of the other ones. I would love to say Granville Island, but Granville Island was bought out, so that one right there is just House Sounds is another one that knows their stuff, but they grew too fast, and it now seems like they're dwindling a little bit more. They're trying, they're still staying a little bit within their realms of BC. They try to come out to Alberta, and they're not doing too bad, but they're starting to die down a little bit. Cannery's got their shit together. They've just got a new brewery. I wanted to visit when I was in Penticton last month, but I couldn't. I made a promise, and I kept that promise. But I wanted to go see Cannery something fierce. I wanted to see what Tin Whistle did with Cannery's old brewery. This is what I like seeing, okay? And I was kind of mentioning this to the guy at J-Webb. I love seeing what BC does. I really do, because these guys are a community. They are a tight-knit community, and they support each other. If you go to Penticton and you ask one of the breweries, like if you walk into Canada and say, "Hey, I like your stuff. What else is in this area?" They will name off every single brewery in Penticton. They'll name off Bad Tattoo. They'll name off Tin Whistle. They'll name off themselves, and I think there's another one popping up soon. I can't remember. But they'll name all those guys off. And it's great to see. It's like, oh yeah, we work with these guys. When we do casks, we join together and do a cask together because we want to show what BC beer is about and what we're about in our community. And that's awesome to see. That really is awesome to see. And they support, like Cannery supports the local businesses around there. They're down at Peach Fest right now, which is this weekend, and they're just having fun and supporting it. I mean, yes, Big Rock here does the Folk Fest. I think they do, no, they don't do the French Fest, but they do Folk Fest and a couple of other festivals, as well as the Eddies, which they host their own stuff. But you see these guys going, well, check out these guys. These guys are new. Give them a shot. They're actually pretty good. Their pizza's damn good, and they're talking about Bad Tattoo. I didn't try their pizza because it was artisan and we weren't really in the mood for it, so we didn't get a chance to check it out. But I've had their beer. They've actually made a name over here, and it's actually good stuff. I like where BC takes their stuff. I really, really do, and I'm kind of jealous that they've got all the stuff that we may not get. Does that make me a defector? No. That just makes me loving my home area. I really do. It's that kind of beer that if you guys get down the States, snap it up. See what you think of it. because we get stuff like Ninkasi, and we get stuff out of Oregon, we get stuff out of Seattle, and all over the place, and we like the stuff. Try some of ours. Like, really, the people down the States, give us a shot and see what you think. Don't think, oh, fuck, Canadians, they don't know what they're fucking drinking. We do. We're drinking your stuff. We're actually enjoying it. You know, you might enjoy ours too. But honestly, I like where half the stuff is going. It is one of those things where I can sit down and say, hey, what about this? And they actually turn around and tell me. I really want to discover more of the beers around here. Six Corners, Six Corners I would love to learn more about. Now, if you go further east, say to Saskatchewan, you get a couple of them. God, I don't even know if I can name a brewery from Saskatchewan. I probably could. Alley Cat's from Edmonton. Damn. Wait, there is one. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. All right, guys, help me out. I'm gonna try and do some filler for 30 seconds. What's a brewery in Saskatchewan? Let's see if you answer before I figure out what it is. Oh wait, there's the Sask beer, which is just like a regular beer. Saskatchewan breweries. Paddock Wood, that's it. That's the one that you have to try. Those guys really know their stuff as well. I actually like their stuff. Which one did I have of theirs? It was the second episode I did. And specialty brews. Let's see. Oh yeah, they've got the Okie Loki, right? Or the Loki beer. Regular brews. 606, Checksmate, I've seen. London Porter, Loki, Red Hammer. Right, Red Hammer's one of theirs. Bel Norte. There was something else that they did, and I can't remember what it was now. I want to say Barrel of Monkeys. There we go. That's exactly what it is. That one there is actually pretty decent. It's honestly one that you want to check out. They've been up and coming for a while, and actually they've been staying pretty steady. But yeah, Saskatchewan, once again, they can grow to be something big if they really wanted to. I kind of feel like they've got what it takes. They do have the hops, they do have the barley, they do have anything around there that they can probably get their hands on. The wheat. They can, if they build a brewery, talk with a few people, you can get some stuff going. Why not? Really, there's not. Granted, you say the name Saskatchewan around here, people go, oh my god. Well, their football team? Oh, they suck. I know I just offended a few people right there. This year they suck. Are they still 0-6? I can't remember. Anyways, I'm a Lions fan. I'm not a Stampeders fan. Yeah, I hear the booze. I hear the booze. I just there's not a lot in Saskatchewan. You go further east to Manitoba, I really haven't heard of much. So breweries in Manitoba, let's see what we got here. Manitoba. Half Pints, Farmery Estate. Okay, so they got Farmery out there. And if you've ever seen Dragon's Den, which the United States ripped off with Shark Tank, no offense, of course. It was a farming, and they actually bought into it, and they actually liked it. God, I don't know what. Well, I guess with Manitoba, you need some extra support because yeah, there's not much here. I guess Brewing, Fort Garry Brewing. Like I see 4 breweries in Manitoba. just this is where they're slowing down. You get past us, you get into Saskatchewan, Manitoba, they start to slow down a little bit more. Yeah, BC is big. Toronto, or sorry, center of the universe is Toronto. Ontario is pretty huge. Quebec, you've got a lot as well. Newfoundland, you get some of the ones that have been around for a long time. It's just with the craft beer, it's starting to grow, and people need to get on board a little bit quicker. Because as much as you like to say you can't jump on it, you can. You really can. There's a lot of things you can do with it. There's so many different things that craft beer has become in Canada. And yeah, we're a little slow. We need to pick the pace up. I think it would be a good thing if we did, because if you look south of the border, there's a lot of states and everything that have got that market cornered. There was a time where pretty much you can look at stuff and you can go, okay, well, maybe I want this, maybe I want that. But you look down the states and say, oh, great, 3% piss water. Not anymore. They actually came up and snuck up on us and took us over with the craft beer market. They actually learned something from Europe. And I hate to say it, but congratulations. You beat us out. But we're coming back. We're coming back with a vengeance. And as much as I enjoy the American beers and stuff, I still like my local beers. Like I said, Big Rock. I like my national beers, like Flying Monkeys, like Parallel 49, and other places. It's growing. It really, really is growing. But overall, folks, honestly, the craft beer, as you know, is growing. Canada's growing bigger. I love what I see in Alberta. I love what I see in Edmonton. I love what I see in Calgary. And in between has to kind of grow, but it's tough to get that market from big cities or when you're in a smaller city. Red Deer's trying. I actually went in there and I found Scandal Brewing out of Prince George. And that shocked the hell out of me. In Red Deer. Okay. Organic is a big one. I would love to see all of a sudden, actually, that's what it was. There's an organic brewery that actually just came out to Alberta, and it's not Cranog, it's someone else that actually has tried to take out the market here. And it's certified organic, it's a certified organic brewery. That one I wanted to try because organic. Like, I like the stuff. It actually has a good, clean taste to it. It's crisp, it's delicious, but you have to have it fresh. Cranog, I think, knows this. You can't have their stuff sitting around for a while. It doesn't last. It actually does go stale quicker than the other ones that actually use some other things that may keep it fresher a little bit longer. But, you know, the organic scene is actually something that may be up and coming. I would love to see more of that. And coming down to other things like it's just, there's some great stuff out there that really, really makes it worthwhile to see. So if you ever get a chance, like, check out some of this stuff. I would love to see a lot of things come about. It's really good to see half the stuff come full face and just make a very big impact. We in Alberta, as I've said many times, and I'm going to say it again, we need to find something else. We really do. Our oil and gas is faltering. God help me, I'm going to have another sip of this one. Has turned into a fucking lager. Wow. Yep. No fucking taste whatsoever. Bitter taste in that one. Gone. I don't know what was in there, but it just ate the fucking IPA away. But we need to do something quick. And we grow wheat, we grow barley, we grow all this stuff. Yeah, let's start putting more into beer and let's start selling it bigger and better. We need more breweries out here to start sustaining the barley, the wheat, and everything else. Yeah, we put it into bread. Bread's cheap, great. We put it into other stuff. That's awesome, but we really need to start looking into that a little bit more. We have a short growing season. I'm sorry once again. But if we do it properly, we can turn this place around one way or another, and we can actually do something bigger. Honestly, I like to say that basically the oil and gas, as much as it is great to have, I kind of want to see our beer and exports come up too. We can really do some decent damage because we don't really have a big restriction on taxes for higher percentage of alcohol. We can send that down the States and say, hey, we've tried your stuff. Give us a shot. BC's already doing this. Why can't we? We really need to sort of work on our Alberta beer. I love supporting local. I really do. And now it's time to make that local go bigger, better, and expand. It really is. I don't know if any of our breweries actually ship over to Europe. I know that at one point in time, Big Rock did kind of have, they had something in Japan. I can't remember offhand. I thought I saw something. I haven't talked about that beer. I'll get to that. Okay, fine. All right. But overall, I think what we have to do is we have to have our beer market grow and expand and just take over things. Like we need to take a little bit of a lesson from BC and Ontario and make it ours. Maybe see if we can combine our things with Saskatchewan. I know, I said it. I'm sorry. But I think because of the oil and gas industry going down, we need to look at possibly exporting stuff because people need to drink because they're a little depressed. I'm not going to be the devil's advocate here, but cheap beer from Alberta? Yeah, I think it can be doable. So that's what my thoughts are on that. I've got one thing to talk about, and I thank you for bringing this up. I posted this on my Facebook page. I put this, I think, on my Twitter. I don't think I did. I think I kind of. Yeah. Oh my God. I'll put this in the links down below if you watch this afterwards. Maybe I'll actually, for the people in chat. I don't know. I honestly do not know what to make of this. But the people in the chat here, you'll see this now, and I'll be talking about it 30 seconds later. Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. We have horse semen beer. I'll let that sink in. I will let that sink in right now. Horse semen beer. What the fuck? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like this is something I really, are we getting that desperate that we have to come up with shit like this? Yes. Okay. Whale testicle beer. Yes, that is a thing. Up in Iceland, they're just fucked up there, but they know how to make it taste good, apparently. Dave, the beer guy, would you like to contest? I think you had that, didn't you? But semen, fucking semen beer. Weasel Poo beer. Okay, I've had that. But it was a coffee bean inside the weasel poo that came out of the weasel's butt. And it was apparently supposed to be this delicacy. Tastes like fucking lawn clippings, and I will vow to this very day that it still tastes like that. Oh God, I just this like for the people in chat, yeah, I'm at awe. I really don't know what to say about this. For the people that are watching this later, you ready for this? Wellington has become synonymous with craft beer, but now new and offering is sorry. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. This time with I can read. Wellington has become synonymous with craft beer, but one new offering is packing an extra punch. Oh fuck. Oh, let's continue. The Green Man Pub. Oh, just the Green Man. Okay, you're just ruining the Green Men for me. I'm glad they retired from hockey. The Green Man Pub on Victoria Street is about to launch a Stag Semen Milk Stout. Milked. Very much fucking milked. Created by Brewery Choice Brothers and timed to celebrate the lead up to Beervania. I guess it's a celebration they have out there. With an added measure of export quality, deer semen. I'll just let that sink in. Really? Victoria, you've just found your new beer. You don't want to call those deer. Jerk them off and make beer. Let's try this again, shall we? The secret ingredient may induce gag reflexes, but pub co-owner Steve Drummond was confident in the brew's success. Now, let me just say this for the people that actually just clicked on the link and everything else like that. I'm not seeing the chat right now because I'm reading this. There is a woman that is drinking this, okay? A woman. This is not your stereotypical male beer. This is something that possibly a woman would drink, but at the same point in time, this shit should not go on. There should have been a man drinking this. I don't care. There should have been a man drinking this. This is not something you should be posting a female drinking because of the fact that it's semen. That, and also I bet you half the men out there would not drink this shit anyways. Unless you told them afterwards what they were drinking, and I bet you would have been punched out. Shall we continue? We sort of like looked at, oh God, okay. Here we go. My best Shaggy voice.
We sort of like looked at the whole craft beer scene and thought, what could we do that's a bit outrageous and a bit Green Man?
Put Scooby Snacks in it, not semen. The virile beverage is not the pub's first foray into exotic offerings. What? Okay. In 2011, the apple-infused horse semen shots proved popular with women, while 2013 saw syringes of stag semen on offer. Now I know where they're getting all this fucking horse porn from on Facebook. It's because of these fuckers. That year, it was Hannibal, a 7-year-old. Oh God. No. You actually named the fucking horse in this thing. You actually named it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. I can't. You've actually named the fucking horse you got the fucking semen from. That year. Not this year, but that year. Who the fuck jerked him off to get the semen? Okay, let's try this. Let's continue. That year, it was Hannibal, a 7-year-old Geraldine, and I probably mispronounced that, sire Stag with impeccable DNA that provided the goods. And they actually have a link to the fucking stallion that provided the fucking semen. This year's culprit, no, they named the goddamn horse this year too. This year, compatriot Lagoon has stepped up. I don't think he had a choice. Which one of you horses would like to come and jerk off for us, or like to have us jerk you off and have semen so that us fine people can drink it? Anyone? Anyone? Lagoon, you're up. Come on, let's go. Fuck. It's export quality semen. Oh, God, they said export quality. Yeah. We shot it across the room to export it, and we caught it there. Yeah, I'm losing it. Fucking losing it. It's export quality semen. We only deal with the best. Did you fucking taste it beforehand? No, I'm done. I'm done. No, maybe I'm not. Maybe there's more. The beer will be served on a hand. The beer will be served on hand pump rather than forced carbonated like most, which will deliver an extra smooth and creamy texture. You're killing me here. Really killing me here. The beer doesn't look like there's carbonation in the beer from those pictures. I don't think she's drinking the semen beer. There's only one way to serve semen stout, and that's and that's hand pulling it. Come here. Time to go get some beer. Yep, here we go. Oh, I hear that horse going off right now. Oh, it's got a good load in there. I'd expect this from the southern states, not from here. Shall I continue? Choice Brothers brewer Kerry Keg said when they were approached by Drummond to create the beer, they're initially a little apprehensive. I think he heard we'd done some interesting beers in the past. I'm done. No, okay. Let's continue on. Despite its gag factor, the beer is far from strangest Choice Brothers. Wait. Oh, that actually sounds good. Okay. The beer is far from the strangest Choice Brothers have brewed. And I'm sorry, I really can't read like this. One of their latest creations, roast lamb and mint, made using potatoes, carrots, peas, karma, and lamb reduction. That sounds good. I would drink that. Pizza beer. Pizza beer is what got me started. Mamma Mia's pizza beer. Yeah. Mamma Mia's pizza beer. I've got the bottles down there as a trophy. That was made with oregano, pizza sauce, other stuff. That sounds good. Not fucking horse semen. Anyways, I don't think it's the craziest, say, compared to the Shanty liver and blood sausage beer, sorry. Yeah, okay, that sounds kind of... What's next? Haggis? No, I did not suggest that. I honestly did not suggest haggis beer. But it's all perception, Gray said. The first tasting, we had a couple of brewers around and we were passing it around. Everyone was apprehensive. No shit! But we've decided we really didn't have any reason to be. He encouraged people to try the beer, which had a big chocolate and roasty character, as well as a creamy texture added from added lactose, rather than a special ingredient. Now, the special ingredient was probably more salty, so you probably had a salty aftertaste afterward. No, 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 no. I've tried to see if this is fake. I have honestly tried to see if this is fake. And it's coming from a real channel. It's real. It's. I'm sorry, Jess, but I mean the very, very southern states. We're talking a little bit further south. Anyways, I'm digging myself a hole here, but I'm probably offending people that actually have watched other stuff. But still, I just. I can't, like, this. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me about that. That was one of the ones that it blew my mind. It really did. Like the whale testicle one. Apparently that one tastes decent. That one I still wouldn't try. Like I just, that one is a seasonal as well. And they apparently do this year after year as a whale testicle beer. But this, like, just what? Seriously, is nothing sacred? Just, I can't. Like, this is one of those things where you read it and you go, no, this has got to be fake. And you read more of it, no, this has got to be fake. And the stuff in the article gives me the fucking material. It just, oh God. I'm glad this beer doesn't taste salty because I probably would puke right now. I got a new garbage bucket for that too. Oh, Josh, thank you. Seriously, because wow. That's one of the ones that I don't think, and I've heard, but I was told that if I don't review it, I'd be losing reviewers. That one, I will have a barf bucket with me if I have to fucking have it. I really will. Oh God, it topped the one that I saw when I was away. And let me just pull that up. And I have to read this one. And I really want someone to get this for me. Really send it to me because I will review this one. And I've got such a good review. I've got an intro for it and everything. If someone ever sends me that fucking horse semen one, I will curse you forever. Plain and simple. You will be in my cursing forever. And I will find people to drink it with me. So please, I will bring you aboard for this. Don't test me. Anyways, getting onto another beer that I never thought I would actually ever see. Is no. Just no. Is this one. So the people in chat, it's true. It's damn true. 30 seconds later, you're going to see this video. Click on the link, and ladies and gentlemen, Lululemon has got their own beer. The people that love to have yoga pants that stretch out and show people's hoo-haws if they do not wear underwear. Limited edition Lululemon beer only available this summer. Vancouver-based brand Lululemon may be better known for its yoga pants, but this summer the company has announced they will be teaming up with Stanley Park Brewing to release a new limited edition craft beer. The beer is named Curiosity Lager, and yeah, I am actually curious about this one. Will give partial proceeds from all sales to benefit the Stanley Park Ecology Society. Okay, right there, I'm sorry, I would actually buy because of that. It's actually sending money to a donation to a charity of some kind. And ecology, oh, okay, you know what? Right there, you've got me. Right, I would buy it because there's I don't know how much the proceeds, but partial, 1%, 2%, they don't say. There will only be 88,000 cans of the new Lululemon beer made, and I probably missed out, and I bet you I know someone else tried it and they said it wasn't bad. Kind of upset I didn't get a chance to have it. And so it could become a collector's item pretty quickly. Lululemon is a big name up here, and if you've never heard it, the yoga pants are huge. Not saying that they're big, but their yoga pants are actually a major seller. Why is a yoga war company getting into the beer business, you may ask? Well, there really is a good answer for that. But this beer release is coinciding with its extremely popular Seawees half marathon. Yeah, Seawees, their fonts is just horrible. That will be taking place on August 15th, 2015. So next weekend. The runners won't be drinking the beer during the race. Oh, come on. Now that would be entertaining. Get them drunk and let them run. See what happens. But cans will be served at the after party Sunset Festival. That also happens to feature a huge yoga class and live music. I get into the political part of this because they actually had something happen in Vancouver where they actually canceled a yoga thing, but I think this is actually something else that's happening, but that's just me. If you missed out on registering for this, okay, that's just talking about the half marathon, blah, 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 blah. Rumor has it this beer makes you more bendy. Yes, I just read that. Dear God. How would that make you more bent? I'm so limber! And then you wake up in the morning going, I can't move! So is it any good? You can be the judge of that. The Curiosity Lager is described as having hints of lemon drop and Chinook hops, very intriguing. The taste of beer was developed by the Stanley Park brewmasters after getting together after a hot and sweaty run on the seawall. So that's their inspiration, running along the seawall, getting very hot and sweaty. I can think of other ways of getting hot and sweaty and thinking of beers. Yeah, we've gone R-rated, sorry. Curiosity Lager is available in a 500 milliliter tall cans at select private liquor stores in BC and Alberta. What? It actually is here until the supply runs out. If you're a beer aficionado, you can check out all the little details of the beer on this website. God damn it, I didn't read that part. All right, well, off I go. Liquor Depot or liquorconnect.com. And I spelled curiosity wrong. Let's try that again. Let's see what we got here. No results found. Let's look up Lululemon. No results found. Ladies and gentlemen, they fucking lied to us. Stanley Park. Oh, wait. Oh, it's under Stanley Park. We got, oh, look at that. Look at that. Where do we got it? Let's look up. Let's look this up. Son of a bitch, I'm getting the fucking Lululemon beer. Of course, Oak and Vine has it. That's another hidden spot in the areas to look for is Oak and Vine. Well, looks like I'm doing that review after all. Well, okay, folks. So I'm doing a review of Lululemon beer. I'm picking this up tomorrow. This is a guarantee. You're gonna love this one. I've already picked out my outfit for it. There's already an intro for it. And Johnny Old School is already bored because I actually owe him for the last time he had Cookie Monster sucking on his nipple. Yep. Yeah. If you didn't see that one, check out our 2-year anniversary. We went all out for that. So I found the next review I'm doing, and shit. Well, I can't not do it because money goes towards charity. So I get actually proceeds go towards charity, and I'm a sucker for that. Jerkface 9000. I wanted to find that because it went towards anti-bullying. A few other things that I did, charity as well. Yeah, so I guess I've just found live on the air a new review to do. Lululemon. And guys, it is going to be fucking epic if I get my hands on this beer. You may want to tell your friends that PK is going to look a little ridiculous. Yeah, makes you feel a little bendy. You know, the only thing I could think of when it says it makes you feel a little bendy is if you remember from Saturday Night Live, and yes, I'm going to show you my age. If you remember Gumby and Pokey. Yes, Gumby and Pokey. Not kidding here. So yeah, I guess I get to do a new review and everything else like that. And well, we've just discovered that I will be doing some more stuff. So folks, honestly, I don't know how to end this. I really don't. Like I've read a couple of things here, and I think I'm going to try and start reading some more. If we find some bad beers or anything else like that, I might try and read some more. That was actually kind of fun. No, actually, that was a lot of fun. Yes, and those thoughts I've been thinking about for a bit, but I've never read the actual article, and actually reading the article, fuck, that gave me material. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me about that beer. Yes, it is called Curiosity, and I am curious. So, but you know what, folks? I've been on here for a bit. I probably am going to try and finish off these beers. I don't know what else there is. There's a lot of things I could talk about, but I've been on here for almost 2 hours. This beer has been amazing, even though I've been nursing it. It's tough to talk and drink at the same time. I have to admit that I probably should have had some shots before coming on. One down. And I can't let this beer go to waste, so I'm going to drink this lager now. It doesn't even smell like an IPA anymore. What the fuck? What happened? It's gone. I get sick from this. You'll know why. You really will know why. I would do a mix of the wine and beer, but that's just not right. That's illegal. Totally illegal. This and this. Unless you want to see me do it, then I'll do it. But let me just wait 30 seconds and see what you say. Do you want to see a nice Frankenberg between wine and beer? It's been done before. Curve Brew, I think it was, actually put white wine and beer together. What do you think? People in chat, what do you say, yes or no? Come on, let's hear some answers here. You know you want. No? No answers? Nothing? I got nothing here? Oh, you people, come on. Oh, we got a Frankenbrew. We got one vote for Frankenbrew. Ah, yes, and it can't be. Ah, okay, okay. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages who are over the age of 18, 19, or 21, depending on where you are from. Welcome to the Frankenbrew. All right, folks, here we go. Here we go. Julia, holy crap, you just start talking now. You could have told me you were on here earlier. God. So in case you missed it, AC/DC Shiraz. And the mock IPA now, because it tastes and doesn't smell like anything except for a fucking lager now. This boot kicked the shit out of the IPA, literally. Good wine, great beer in the other glass. Oh, dear God, help me. Oh, and you signed in just to give them that comment. Well, I'll give you that much. Thank you and welcome to the show. Okay, so for the people that aren't watching live, yes, I'm talking to people in chat, and yes, you can only see one side of the conversation because the chat doesn't show up after I stop recording. So please excuse, I am talking back and forth, and I can't really show the chat. I don't know. It does some fucking things with this goddamn YouTube. And you're right, folks. You know I want to do it because I had two different types of things here. Well, we got something that looks like fucking prune juice right now. It is the Shiraz wine and the IPA that had the IPA kick the shit out of it because this boot fucking just, yeah, it kicked the shit out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to expect from this. I know that some of my Frankenbrews have been horribly disgusting. I know some of them are really good. This one I don't think is going to be nice. I really don't think it's going to be nice. I don't know. I really don't. I would like to curse you, but I actually offered this on myself, so I'm going to curse myself for this. Frankenbrew, number whatever it is I've been doing, and down the hatch. No, actually, just in case I need to wash this down with anything else. Thanks again to all you guys out there. You've been fucking fabulous. Bitter. Plasticky. Good. Really good. This tastes absolutely fucking wonderful. It's not salty like Semen, so that's a start. Sour grapes, very sour grapes. The hoppiness is actually coming back out. Fuck. Oh, it's not the best combination I've done. At least this one won't give me a hangover that the other one did. Of course, I drank a lot that night. 3 hours worth live, and I was drinking a lot. I didn't realize I finished off 2 bottles until I woke up the next morning going, oh, fuck, right. Honestly, I'm not doing this AC/DC wine justice right now. That tastes fucking good. I really like that. Thanks, Jess. Bastard. And I say that with kindness regards, obviously. I am honestly having to say that this is not bad. It's better than what I expected. I expected something a lot worse. It is bitter. It's it does taste like really sour grapes. 13% and a 6.8, not bad. I don't mind it. It's actually okay. It might be just me because I'm getting drunk or I'm getting very buzzed, as you can tell by the red face. That I don't have the window open and it's getting hot down here. And now I'm trying to finish it off. I'm gonna really have to wash this boot out so it doesn't keep the flavor of all this shit in here. Nope, this is don't ever try this at home. Oh yeah, that wasn't good. It got better with the taste, but I just had to get it out of there. Just absolutely had to get it out of there. Excuse me. This actually tastes better out of the glass than the bottle, even though it wasn't a red wine glass. But hey. Anyways, folks, I'm going to end this on this positive note of the Frankenbrew wine beer mix. I'm glad it wasn't any hard alcohol, because that would have really fucking sucked. And I'm going to remember that. Pardon me. Yeah, that wasn't a good mixture. Don't suggest it. Don't think I would ever try it. To the brewery here, I'm very sorry I actually put a Frankenbrew in with you. You guys are absolutely really marvelous. You're wonderful. And if you keep coming out with these fucking beers, I'll love you forever. But yeah, the wine isn't bad. If you find this anywhere, actually, if you like red wine, if you like a Shiraz, give it a shot. It is $22 a bottle. It is actually quite good. And I would actually think that it would be paired with whatever you pair a red wine with. It's decent for 2012. Like I think this is much better than the beer that they produced, which was absolute shit. And they're coming out with a new version of the AC/DC beer, which is probably going to be absolute shit too, because it's coming from the same brewery. I don't know why they're fucking doing this. They're torturing us. AC/DC, guys, get your shit together with beer. Like, I can introduce you to some breweries that will brew your shit properly. For now, though, have that. I actually found another one that I'm going to buy, and I might try it on the next time I do something live. It's another red, and I think it is a pumpkin. It's something. It's not a Shiraz. So, folks, thank you again for joining me for the past couple of hours. Hopefully, I have been entertaining. You guys have been great. I've been Dan, PK. Okay, I stole that from Megadeth. But really, guys, hope to see more of you out here. I'll try it again in a couple of weeks. I usually do this once every couple of weeks. Friday night, Saturday night, whatever. If you're bored, come join me. Come join me in chat. You guys have been wonderful in chat. Thank you again. Stay frosty. And until next time. Yeah. Cheers. Have a good night, folks. We'll see you again real soon.